الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم ما بعد. Anyone has ever been in a cruise? Like big ship, nice, beautiful cruise? How was it, Jama'ah? Was it worth it? I hope so. In the cruise you have multiple decks, right? Those who have, they get mashallah the upper part. Those who don't, the discounted rate, they go all the way down the bottom. Why is that? That's how life is, right? But what if the people in the bottom, they said, we're going to do whatever we want to do. That's our section. We paid for it anyway. So we do whatever we want to do. Well, do you think the ones on the top, they would let them do that? Right? I mean, in the bottom, they let those who are up do whatever they want to do, right? But how does it work? Let's see what the Prophet ﷺ said about the meaning of life. For us living together as one community, we're all in the same boat, whether we like it or not. Well, I don't like my neighbors. Oh, these are non-Muslim neighbors. These are, for example, they go to the masjid. They don't go to the masjid. When it comes to being a community, you need to make sure that we all together are in the same boat, whether we like it or not. So how can we make sure that we keep safely sailing without sinking that ship? In this hadith number 187, Hadith 187 in Riyadh al-Salihin under al-Amr bil-Ma'ruf and Nahy al-Munkar, enjoying good, forbidding evil. عن النعمان بن بشير رضي الله تعالى عنهما أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال مثل القائم في حدود الله والواقع فيها كمثل قوم استهموا على سفينة. The Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم, he is using this unbelievable, beautiful illustration. This is now like a visual illustration for people to see the similitude of the people who live in this life and how they should really care for one another and make sure they don't sink the ship. He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the likeness of the man who observes the limits prescribed by Allah and the person who transgresses them is like the people who get on board a ship after casting lots. So they got into the ship, they paid their tickets. Some, they were put on the upper levels, others put on the bottom level. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم قال فصار بعضهم أعلاها وبعضهم أسفلها. Some they were able to secure, mashallah, nice beautiful ocean view, and the others they had the engine view, right? Something like this. So people now, they're sharing the same boat. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم فكان الذين في أسفلها إذا استقوا من الماء مروا على من فوقهم. He said, صلى الله عليه وسلم, some of them, those who were in the upper decks and lower decks, then those who are in the lower deck, when they require water, they go to the occupants of the upper deck. Like every time they need water, what do? They have to go all the way up, and then they go over, their tables and their sessions where they're sitting, they're annoying them basically. Like, we don't have to keep doing this. Maybe the upper ones keep harassing them. Every time they come on, what are you coming here for? It's not your place. Stay out. Get into the side, right? So there's some sort of discomfort in the relationship. Isn't that what we see in our relationships as well too? I mean, you don't like all your neighbors, do you? You don't like everybody that's in the same area. We don't have to have the same affection towards one another. But still, we need to make sure that we stay safe with one another. So here the Prophet ﷺ says, every time these people in the bottom, they want to get some water, they have to go up, and then eventually they annoy each other. فقالوا لو أنا خرقنا في نصيبنا خرقا ولم نؤذي من فوقنا. So these people, they thought about it. They said, hey, listen, if we make a hole in the bottom of the ship in our section, like that's our share of the boat, let's just dig a hole in that section, which is ours, so we don't have to harm and bother those on the top. What do you guys think of that idea? Brilliant, right? Yeah, let's make it big even, right? So we all can share the water together. So it does seem that that's exactly what's happening in our society. This liberal society, everybody can do whatever they want. Yeah, it's okay. No boundaries, no limits. Freedom, it's limitless. And there's really no even definition of right and wrong except what people see for themselves. And that's what's happening. Some of the people in our society are digging hole for everybody. They're digging hole for the whole world. These, astaghfirullah, bad akhlaq and manners and changing of the standard of fitrah even of human beings. It's just turning horrible and ugly. So the Prophet ﷺ says, قال فإن تركوه وما أرادوا هلكوا جميعا وإن أخذوا على أيديهم نجوا ونجوا جميعا. The Prophet ﷺ says, if they, which means the occupant of the upper deck right now, if they leave them to carry out their design, they will be drowned. But if they do not let them do so or go ahead with their plan, all of them will remain safe. Rawah al-Bukhari. So what does that mean? That's what we call the collective mindset, right? Not the individualist mindset. Here in America, in the West in general, what do they promote? Extreme individualism. Do whatever you want to do. You want to be a man, be a man. You want to be a woman, be a woman. Whatever you want to do. You want to drink, drink. You want to fornicate, you want to steal, whatever that is. Even when it comes to the law, they say everything is legal until you get caught. Like, just do it. If you can get away with it, you're smart. But if you get caught, you're going to be in prison forever, for example. That's the only threat they have for a person. There is no akhirah, there is no accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, none of that stuff. So here the Prophet ﷺ said, no, that doesn't work like this. Your individual freedom stops if it's going to be what? Affecting everyone else's freedom. So you're free to do what you want to do, but if it's going to be affecting us, we're not going to allow it. No, we're not going to allow this to happen. Yeah, it's my space, it's my house. Yeah, but you're part of the neighborhood. Like, for example, even when you live in a specific neighborhood, and then it's your house. I don't want to cut the grass. I want the grass to be like the savannah. I want to have tigers go run in my front yard, for example. If you do that, what's going to happen in the neighborhood? I mean, obviously, the neighborhood rating is going to go down, affecting people's livelihood and taxes and this and that. Everything gets affected because someone just decided to exercise what they consider to be absolute freedom for themselves. No. We go to the neighbor, says, hey man, I mean, you're blocking the way. By the way, I keep doing this in my neighborhood. Just if I call you, don't get offended, yani. If someone drives and park their car, kind of blocking the walkway, I'll call you out. In the group even, hey, move your car. Because that affects all of us. We have some uncles who had to go through, otherwise they're going to have to go on the street. We have kids on scooters, if this road's blocked, they're going to go down actually on the street. Anybody could get hurt because somebody just felt selfishly, I want to just put my car in my driveway, and they're covering and they're blocking the way. SubhanAllah, very little things over here, but affects the community. Imagine when it comes to the subject of Iman and Deen and Akhlaq. How bad that goes. Crime level, for example, or rate, also affects all of us. So the Prophet ﷺ said, look, if you leave them do what they want to do because you think it's their section, yeah, then you're going to all drown. But if you stop them, you'll save them and save yourself. So that's just a very beautiful illustration and visual example for us to reflect on how important my duty is towards my fellow friends, neighbors, in the community and the society. Obviously, the closer you are to the area where you are in, the higher your duty is going to be. So for us, for example, in the masjid, it's our duty. The parking, for example, spots. People coming into the parking lot driving so fast sometimes. Sometimes they go straight actually from the street into the parking lot, crossing in front of people who are trying to get out, for example. These little things, Jama'ah, they're very important to highlight because it affects all of us. So we need to make sure that hey, brother, slow down. If you don't mind, you're taking two parking spots. Could you please do that? And by the way, since we talk about parking over here, there are 2 parking spots over here where the people come from the extended parking stairways. Do you know these 2 spots over there? There are 2 signs, green signs, that says compact cars only. No vans, no SUVs, no crossover, no none of that stuff. Until now, I still see people, violating those 2 spots. And you still see vans, you see sometimes SUVs parking that spot. Do you know why we don't want you to park on these 2 spots? It's not because we want to limit your freedom. No, it's safety measure. Why? Because people come up the stairs and down the stairs to go to the extended parking. If the cars parked on these 2 spots are high, elevated, chances you're not going to see kids when they cross, and you're going to hurt somebody. So that's why we're asking you only leave it for compact cars that are lower, so that if anybody walks, at least you could see them. So I saw, actually, I don't want to call out the car that is parking there illegally right now, but there was an SUV taking one of those spots over here. So this is for safety. So that's my duty and your duty. If you see a brother or sister parking wrong, tell them, Jazakallah khair, could you move your car, because actually for only compact only. It's for safety of everybody else, inshallah ta'ala. If somebody's driving too fast, hey, slow down, Jazakallah khair. You know, whatever that is, it's not just about parking, it's about the mindset that I'm responsible for you. You're responsible for me. We're responsible for another. We're responsible for our community here in Valley Ranch, and then we're responsible for the entire, actually, community in DFW, if not even the entire world. That's our duty as an ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us do that duty, Ya Rabbil Alameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it, Ya Allah. Wallahu alam. Any question, Jama'ah? Bismillah, go move your car before I see you. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Shukran, astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.